Hey everybody, Kris Krohn here.
Grant Thompson with Self-Made.
And today we're talking about how you actually get out there and score partnerships and branding deals with the companies that you want to work with.
So here's the thing, Kris, when you're building your YouTube channel, there is an audience that you've attracted, there's a brand image that you've sustained, and it's really helpful if you can work brand sponsorships with actual companies that resonate with who you are and what you do. In our previous video, we told you how you could actually go out and get sponsored deals, how you could get them flowing to you, but not all the sponsored deals that come to you are necessarily going to be the best for your channel and for who you do.
I've noticed this. I've had some companies come to me and they've asked me to, hey, are you open to this? Or are you open to that? And I look at some of them, I'm like, why would I work with you? Or like, that doesn't make sense. And so it's been a no. But also in learning from you, there's a lot of people that are yeses that I haven't been saying yes to that would actually help ignite us to the next level. So teach us.
So like on my channel, for example, we're very hands-on DIY making things. So if I were going to do some kind of a promo for lipstick, it may not be a really appropriate match. I'm sure we could find a way to do it, but it would be a little bit of a stretch, right? Yeah. But there are other companies like DeWalt, for example, or Lowe's Home Improvement that are very much on brand because those are the companies that we use to buy our tools, buy our equipment. We use them all the time. So those are the kind of brands that we want to work with. So how can you get on the radar for the types of brands that you actually want to work with, the ones that you use and want to promote? Now, I do want to tell you this, when brands have marketing campaigns, it's usually very specific. They find an agency and they have their ways of doing it. So to actually go to a brand and say, hey, let's do a sponsorship, it's probably never going to work. It's never going to work. You're probably not going to make any money for it. But there are some things that you can do to get on their radar and help influence campaigns that come back to you later.
Love it. So how do we get started?
Okay, so the very first thing that you can do is actually look at the products that you use. What tools or equipment, or if you're in a different area, what music do you listen to, what lipstick do you use, what clothes do you use, and you can start identifying which brands you naturally already love, okay? And then once you've identified that, what kind of things that you can do to help accentuate their brands. I almost want you to think about giving something for free now to hopefully get something back of good value later. So it's almost like an investment. So what I want you to do is think about ways that you can go out to these companies and these brands and give them a very no-risk trial of the service that you can provide. I know some influencers who wanted to work with Nike. And so what they did is they made a video all about Nike, shout-outs to Nike, and they did some very cool things with Nike. And wouldn't you know it, a year later, now they're working with Nike, they've got shoes developed for their kids at Nike, and now they've actually got sponsored paying deals with Nike as a result of those initial efforts.
So basically what you're saying is you got to go out there and you've got to stalk the companies that you really want to work with. You've got to find a way, wow, what are they into? How are they creating value? How could I create value for them? How can I get on their radar? And so it sounds like it really starts with making a list of your ideal company list.
Right.
And then you taking some time to research and understand how, based on the way they market and present themselves, how could I actually create value for them?
Yeah, how do I create value for them before they even know who I am? I think you'll find with any, and everybody loves to be praised, everybody loves to be promoted, and especially when it's a really big reach and they didn't have to put any money into it. I've got a video on my channel, how to make Lego gummy candy. It's my #1 video with 24 million views. I didn't get paid any money to do that video. I didn't collaborate with Lego, but as a result of that, we obviously got a lot of attention from Lego. We sold out every store in the country of their ice cube molds for making Legos. Wow. So definitely they know who the king of random is, and if Lego ever wants to do campaigns, which they're starting to get into, they've actually circled back. We've sat down and we've had conversations with Lego. They've started selling us products, or sending us product. They've started sending us products that we can play around with and come up with ideas. So definitely, if you want to get on a company's radar, make a sponsored video without being sponsored. Wow. And eventually it will get back to them and probably get some kind of recognition from them.
So I just gotta pause for a moment and talk about what this brand Self-Made actually means that we're wearing on our shirt, and really the deeper principle and the mindset of what it is that we're really encouraging out of you, which is we're teaching you these strategies, but notice that it's you stepping forward, it's you taking the initiative, it's you being proactive, it's you going first. And it would be so easy to sit back and be like, man, I'm not big enough, no one wants to do any deals with me, I don't matter, I just gotta wait. And I think it's so easy to get into the wait mode, Grant, of like, well, that's something for later, that's something once I'm bigger. But the reality is, if you make a list of who your dream sponsors and companies would be, And then if you actually start making videos and including them and doing shout outs and then coming their way, I found this to be true with one of my videos. There's someone that I really want to collaborate with. So I've shot 3 videos now, and every time giving them credit and thanking them for the contribution they've made on that subject matter in their videos. And now I have a meeting with them next week to sit down and actually look at doing a collaboration. I'm like, oh my gosh, it really is this mindset of how can I give?
Yeah.
And the real getting is giving. And so find a way to know who you want to work with, who are the brand deals out there that you want to identify with, and then go create value for them.
And the thing is, get inside the mind of a company for a second. What makes them want to work with you? You're just one in a million. So what makes you stand out? If you take the initiative to step up and say, hey, let me do this for you, and you create some data points for them. I mean, if your video gets 100,000 views, you can say, hey, look, I did the shout out to you. I got 100,000 views. If we did a sponsorship video, you could probably expect around 100,000 views. You start giving them things to work with like that, then their mind starts working and it starts making a little more sense. Another option I want to give you guys is to go to this company and tell them that you want to do a sponsored video for free. All you want them to do is give you some product or a ticket. You know, if it's an amusement park, go get a ticket to the amusement park and tell them that you're going to just vlog the whole experience, or whatever your style is of making videos. Find a way to incorporate that product into what you're doing. In this way, the company has no risk. You're essentially making a video for them, showing them what you can do, which again separates you from all the millions of people out there as someone who's actually producing results. Because at the end of the day, you're working for free, and I know a lot of us have a hard time investing in something where there's no guaranteed return and we're putting ourselves on the line, but think about what you're doing. You're creating something, and that's going to make you stand out because 99% of the people out there are not going to put that kind of initiative into it.
Well, and I want to invite you real quick to actually look at this from a different perspective as well. Whether you're producing 3 videos a week, 1 video a week, 7 videos a week, each video is an opportunity to give a shout out to somebody. Every video is an opportunity to uplift somebody. Every video is an opportunity to give some praise to somebody. And so if you're not going to do a paid sponsorship deal, then why not actually use a little bit of that video time anyway for just creating a lot of massive goodwill. Wow, Kris Krohn or Grant Thompson or you, they're totally known for going out in the marketplace, and it looks like they've got to be doing sponsor deals with everyone because they're always just uplifting everybody and giving people credit and really just seeing the best in people, or look how they promoted this person's product. And I think that if you actually make the conscious choice that I'm going to use my videos as an opportunity to double dip, I'm going to get my message out to the world the way I was anyway, but I might as well give credit in an informal sponsorship because that may be the door opener to more formal sponsorships years later.
If the company knows that you made this video on YouTube and you had success, then when their marketing department says, hey, let's do a YouTube campaign, who do you think they're naturally going to think of? Is there anybody on YouTube who's done this with our brand before? Oh yeah, there was this one guy one time. And so now they come back, and this is where you start developing your long-term relationships where you can do repeat business. So that's how it can come back to you in the end, and there is no guarantee. It's kind of an effort of goodwill and making a plan and just sticking to it, but being okay if nothing ever happens. But at the same time, not all is lost. If you do a brand deal with a company that they've approved, even though you're not being paid for it, you can still put that on your portfolio. And down the road, when you put together your little sheet of all the brands that you've worked with, definitely you can put that brand name on there. And now you go to a bigger brand and you say, look, we've worked with this brand and this brand and this brand, and we have a track record, here's our data points, and this is what you can expect. And it makes it very easy for you to sell your next brand deal to a paying customer as well.
Grant, is there anything else that you think our viewers need to know today about finding and selecting the right companies that you want to work with?
Yeah, for sure. And I just want to say it might be a good option for you to have a manager or an agent. These are the people who are connected in the industry. They're working with these brands all the time, so they know what's circulating. But it's important for you to know that brands and companies have different marketing programs. They usually have them planned out a year in advance. So the chance of you wanting to work with a brand and it lining up is probably never going to happen. But if there is that opportunity, a manager or an agency is probably going to be in a position where they know that these things are going on and can make it happen. Or at least they'll have hopefully some contacts in their Rolodex where they can make a few phone calls and put it on the radar.
We're going to have to make a video and do a follow-up on agents and managers. What are they? Who are they? How would you line one up? When do you actually need one? So Grant, let's be sure to do that on one of our next videos. And friends, today, this is the information that we have got coming your way on how you can really work with the companies that you want to. Grant, if anyone wanted to take any final advice from today's video, what would you share?
I would share whenever you do something about a brand, just make sure that you're doing it in a very positive way. You know, since the brand may not be endorsing your video, if they were to watch it, are they going to feel like they were taken advantage of, or are they going to feel like you're actually bringing more customers to them? if you're doing something very good for them, there's a good chance that they're gonna be very happy with what you're doing. And you probably noticed in my videos, I never censor out brand names, I never scrub anything like they do in the TV industry. I actually am very open about all the brands I work with, just giving them that natural promotion. But all my videos are designed to push very good attention toward the brands as well. So always stay positive, do things that you think will make the brand happy, and it will come back to you.
Awesome, man. Thanks. Hey friends, thanks so much for joining us today to learn more about sponsorships. We've got more videos, more training coming your way as long as you subscribe and ring that bell. And remember that if you really want to get super hands deep, become a part of our deeper mastermind, get some of the deeper information and training that's available to you, then go ahead and hit up our website, click the link in the description below, and we'll get that information right to you.
Yeah.